Today we're making this super easy, unbelievably spectacular, so delicious Salmon Wellington. You've heard of beef Wellington, but this one's Salmon Wellington, made in the same style. Oh, it looks so good. Want to see how we make it? Just keep watching. All right, so for this recipe, we're going to start by making the DUXELLES. That's fancy, which is pretty much just chopped mushrooms and shallots and stuff. All right, so we're going to start with one 10-ounce container of mushrooms. I'm using Baby Bella. You can use white mushrooms if you'd rather. You can even use shiitake. You're going to need one shallot, a couple sprigs of parsley, and 4 cloves of garlic. And now you want to chop this up as fine as possible. Or you can use one of these. Santa was good to me. So on your food processor, you're going to place all those ingredients we just talked about. In addition, you're going to add some salt to taste. About half a teaspoon of dried thyme. And about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. All right, now you want to pulverize this till it's a nice fine dice. Just like that. Wow, that was easy. All right, so now into a saute pan this is going to go. So into the pan it goes with about another tablespoon of olive oil. And now you're going to saute this till everything is nice and tender. Most of the water comes out of the mushrooms. And it'll have a nice brown color. And it's going to smell amazing. But then you want to give it a taste too. See if you need to adjust the seasoning. All right, so you need to saute this for just about 5-6 minutes. And just like that, it's done. It took about 10 minutes. You want to make sure you stir this constantly. But you'll see most of the liquid's out of there. It got a nice little brownish color. And it's so good. Like I said, make sure you taste it because you may want to adjust the seasoning. I had to add a little bit more salt. All right, so now we're going to set this aside and allow it to cool. So next, in a separate pan, you're going to want to saute 4 cloves of minced garlic along with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And once you start hearing that sizzle and the garlic starts to brown a little bit, you're going to add 1 bag of frozen chopped spinach. You can use fresh if you want, but that's a lot of chopping you're going to have to do, even with the food processor. This is just so much easier. So we're going to throw in this bag of frozen spinach, and then we're going to saute this so it's nice and tender. Just about 5 minutes. Make sure you add your salt and pepper. So after about 5 minutes, you'll see most of the liquid, like the moisture from the spinach, is all gone. Give it a taste, adjust your seasoning. All right, and then you're going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese right in there. All right, now we're going to saute this up until it all melts. You're going to see you have some nice creamy spinach. That should only take about another 3 minutes. Just like that. And now, like we did with the mushrooms, we're going to remove this from the heat and allow this to cool as well. So now we're ready for the salmon. All right, so here I have just over a pound of salmon. I try to get 2 matching fillets so that when I stack them, they fit. All right, so these were previously frozen, so I thawed them out fully in my fridge overnight, and I patted them dry. If you get them fresh, you want to make sure you pat them dry. And also you want to make sure they're boneless and skinless. All right. So now we need the puff pastry. So here I have my sheet of puff pastry. I thawed this in the fridge overnight as well. And then I gently stretched this out to make it more of a square. I just did that by hand. You could do that with a rolling pin too, but you just don't want to, if you're going to do it by hand like I did, make sure you don't tear it. So you just want to get almost like a perfect square here. So you're going to lay your first salmon fillet right in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to top it with that spinach and cream cheese mixture that we made. Get that right in the middle. Okay. If some spills off the side, it's okay. It doesn't have to be neat. This whole thing's going to be wrapped up like a nice little present. All right. Now, we're going to top it with that other salmon fillet that we have. You're going to try to match it up. All right. Then, we are going to top it with that DUXELLES that we made. Fancy. All right, and we're just going to do a nice layer on the top. Just like that. Now we're ready to fold it. So we're going to carefully pick this up. Again, stretch it out till it reaches the other side. And like that as well. We got our seal. And then we're going to fold the edges up, just like that. And then like that. I know that looks messy, but we're going to flip it over for when we put it into our baking sheet. Just like that. And see, now doesn't that look pretty? No mistakes, you don't see any of the seams, you see nothing. It's all like that. And since puff pastry already has have very high fat contents, it's a third butter, you don't really need to add anything to the bottom of the dish. All right, so now we're going to gently score it. You're not actually going to penetrate the entire thing. We're only cutting like halfway through. And you're going to see, once it cooks, it's going to look really pretty. Like that. All right, so now it's ready for the oven. So into a preheated 375 degree oven, it's gonna go for about 30 to 40 minutes. You're gonna wanna keep an eye on it because this could burn on you quick. It may take a few minutes less, a few minutes more, but you want this to be nice golden brown. It's gonna be very puffy as well. And the beauty of it is that the salmon is gonna steam inside with all those beautiful flavors that we have in there. All right, so into the oven's gonna go. So excited. But wait, there's more. Before you put it into the oven, you just want to whip an egg with about a tablespoon or two of water, and then we're going to brush this right on top. Something that's this pretty deserves to be shiny. So, I mean, this is totally not required, but again, it's going to make the dish, or the Wellington, really nice and shiny. Make it extra fancy looking. Just going to cut this on the side. All right. All right. And now it's ready for the oven. Okay, so 33 minutes, we pulled it out of the oven. Look at this. Look at it. And look at the pretty pattern. Doesn't that look nice? Oh, it looks fancy and shiny. That's why we did the egg wash. Oh, but it looks fantastic. I can't wait to try it. But we're going to let it sit, let it continue to steam in its own juices for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to cut it up. See how it is. Wow. All right, so it's moment of truth. Let's cut this up. Let's see. Look how flaky it is. Oh, to hear that crunch. Oh, it cuts like butter. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. Let's see. What do you think? Does that not look amazing? Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. I can't wait to try it. I can't wait. Bon appetit. Oh my gosh, it's like heaven in my mouth. So moist, delicious. That salmon's cooked perfectly, so juicy. And then you get the spinach. Oh, the hints of the cream cheese just makes it so creamy. And then that mushroom duxelle. Oh, and then it just finished with the crunch from the puff pastry. This is phenomenal. And you saw how easy it was to make. Like, ridiculous. Can you imagine making this for your friends and your family? They're going to be talking about it for years. So easy. So if you try this recipe, let us know. Thanks for watching. Lil, you excited? Dinner's ready. Are you excited? It looks so good. And you love salmon. Yes, you're so excited. I know you are. Bon appetit, baby girl.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks!